Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, did you hear the news? Sounds like Steam is coming to Xbox. And I know what some people will say. Mats, that's nothing new. We've heard that news before. Even Phil Spencer said that he would love to see Steam on Xbox. But it's one thing to want to see it and to actually see it. And we've seen it. So Microsoft published a blog post a few days ago where he also published an interesting graphics. And on this graphics, on this mockup, you can actually see that there's a Xbox dashboard and there's Steam there, right? So one of the folders is Steam. Now, obviously, it's just a graphics, right? Like nobody actually seen that on a working machine, right? And some people will say, well, Mats, but that's just a TV app or whatever, right? But actually you've got an Xbox Series S and X next to it. So I don't know, maybe there's going to be an update, on Xbox, who knows, right? But for now, I would say that at least Xbox app is getting a Steam support, right? And which makes sense because if Xbox is really looking into, well, linking Steam games in their own ecosystem, in their own dashboard, it may be just first step in basically allowing Steam games on Xbox console in the future, right? Whether that would be still for this generation consoles or just next generation consoles, I don't know. We will have to wait and see. But looks like there's an actual work being done to actually make it happen, right? And I guess especially with that new Xbox handheld that is supposed to release this year, which is a collaboration between Microsoft and Asus, apparently. I'm talking about this handheld that is supposed to release this year. So I guess allowing Steam games on that device actually would make sense, because and I understand it because it's just a PC. So I guess allowing Steam games on a current gen Xbox would be a little bit problematic because, current gen Xbox is not necessarily open enough for that kind of apps. And as far as I know, Xbox is still UWP kind of a device. Even though it still runs on Windows, it's not a Win32 app. It cannot run it. I mean, in theory, it could, but it would probably require additional work. But my point is that, I personally don't necessarily believe that Steam is going to come to Xbox this generation, but next generation, when next gen Xbox is supposed to be a PC and console hybrid, it's supposed to be a PC with a console-like dashboard, then why not? I mean, it would be just like any other PC-like kind of device, like this, like Lenovo Go or a laptop or a PC. It would just have that dashboard different than, on these other devices, right? So looks like the work is being done right now. I don't necessarily believe, after some extra research and stuff, that Steam is actually coming to Xbox this generation, but next generation it's actually more than possible. And some people may say, but what's the point? What's the point of allowing Steam games on that dashboard? And I think what Microsoft is trying to do with Windows Store in general is something that GOG actually does. So there's this Galaxy app, which is basically a GOG application, which allows you to access and buy games on GOG and goodoldgames.com store, basically. And that store, that app, basically, which you can install on your PC, it allows you to obviously access and play your games that you bought on GOG.com, but also it allows you to connect other PC stores to that particular app, right? So you don't necessarily have to start like number of different apps in order to play different games from different publishers, like sometimes we have to, right? Because you've got Epic Store, you've got Ubisoft Store, you've got Steam, you've got Windows Store and that kind of stuff. So there's a Blizzard app, right? Battle.net, that's how it's called, right? And basically that Galaxy app allows you to connect all these accounts to that one particular app. So in reality, all you have to do is just to start one app and you've got access to all your games there. And I think that's what Microsoft is trying to do. They are trying to they probably will allow you to connect all different stores and apps to Windows or Xbox app, right? Which allows you to have access not only to your Xbox games and games on Windows, but also other games as well. And the idea behind it is that if you've got one app to kind of rule them all, if you know what I mean, then you may be more willing to actually use that app more. And if you are using it, then Microsoft will probably try to kind of convince you to actually buy more games on their own app via Windows Store, if you know what I mean. So I think that's the incentive, right? And I think that's what they're actually trying to do. So I would not be surprised if, like, when that new Xbox handheld coming this year, when it actually launches, I would not be surprised if it actually comes with that Steam support, but also some other PC store support as well, like Blizzard, like Battle.net, like Epic Store, like Ubisoft, maybe EA, right? So, I mean, that makes sense. For Xbox, unless there's going to be some sort of collaboration between Steam and Windows and Microsoft, where they would allow Play Anywhere games, but then, basically allowing some of the licensing to actually transfer from games from Steam to Windows to Xbox and from Xbox to Steam. If that happens, that can actually happen as well. But I don't think we're going to get like a full-on app on Xbox, current gen Xbox right now, right? So if anything, there may be some titles that Steam may allow to transfer the license for the game to Xbox. I don't know how would that happen. I don't know if that actually happens, if that's going to happen, but it's possible. But that's the only way I could see that working on Xbox, right? So anyway, listen, looks like Microsoft is working on it. It's just a matter of time when we will see Steam games on Xbox, at least next gen Xbox. But until then, stay tuned. I will obviously let you know if I hear more about it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.